Hey guys, it's Hafiz. Today I'm going to share with you guys some tips and tricks how we can drive in a winter condition. And as you can see on the ground is black ice and it's frozen, and you cannot drive on this surface because you're not going to have any traction. So you have to turn on your differential lock on before you drive and make sure you have good drive tires. And when you're driving, don't make sudden movements, like don't make sharp turns, and don't hit the brakes all of a sudden, and don't accelerate your truck. So when you making turns, make sure you stop or slow down before and keep distance from other cars. And also when you're driving, make sure that you use trailer brakes, and don't use the engine brake, and don't use cruise control. And when you're driving with the differential lock on, make sure that you stay under 45 miles per hour, and make sure that always follow the signs. It might be looking just 1 inch or 2 inch snow, but this just happened in Houston, Texas, and the entire Texas area. So I won't recommend driving in these conditions. As you can see, the temperature is below 16 and it's all black ice. Mirrors are frozen. I can't see anything outside, so I have to turn on my mirror heat to melt this ice. And I'm just going to show you guys how I'm driving in this condition and what precaution I use. I would recommend not to drive in these conditions, but if we have to, then we have to be very careful, and we have to use precautions and some techniques. So I won't recommend to drive in this condition, but if you have to and you have no choice, then I would recommend to turn on your differential lock and then drive in that condition, and don't try to drive over 45 miles an hour, you know. And also the rear axle is the first axle when you're driving normal. Then out of all those 18 wheels, only these wheels are spinning, the rear one. So when you turn on the differential lock, then you have two axles spinning, and the trailer is just pulling behind it, you know. I noticed there's some black ice on the roads, so I don't like to drive with the differential lock on, but in this condition I would drive very slow, but I want to keep my differential lock on, so that way I don't slip. So if my tires they slip, then I can I have traction on the other side of the tires. Alright, so the rear axle is the first axle when it spins, so you have to make sure you have good tires on that, and then it's gonna spin the front axle of the tractor. So if you have the four-wheel on, then you have all those wheels spinning at the same time. So when you're about to drive, make sure your differential lock is on, and then when you feel any kind of slippery weather, I'm trying to pull out and it's spinning. I'm having a spin out. Looks like my brakes were jammed, so I tried to reverse it, and I'm going to try to follow that again. I was stuck in the snow. feeling that my wheels are losing traction, so I try to keep my steering wheel straight, try to give him a little bit more room. I'm steady on the speed. I don't want to stop here. If I stop on the ice, I may get stuck over there, so I want to keep moving till I feel some ground. So as you can see, it's black ice everywhere. If you have to drive on this kind of road in this kind of weather conditions, then don't do the sudden movements. Don't hit the brakes, don't accelerate the truck, and do not make sharp turns. So I'm just going to go check it. Most of the interstate highways are closed, but I'm on 59 right now, so it's open, but they don't have any arrangements for cleaning the roads in Texas because they're not used to it. They don't have any salt trucks, or they don't have snow plow trucks that they can clean the roads for safety. But it looks like, you know, it's gonna be like that for a few days till the temperature rises. As of right now, we see the warnings. It says the bridge freezes before road, and definitely we have a lot of ice on the road. So I'm driving very slow, and when you see that big patch of snow that I just passed on the bridge, that's where you step off from the gas, because you don't want to keep speeding up when you have some ice on the road. So in this condition that you can see right now is like one side is like a black ice, and the other side is like you have traction on the tires. So now I turn on the all-wheel drive, so I'm not scared about that. But if I see anywhere, like if it's totally black on the street, then I have doubt, like, you know, it might be a black ice, and I don't want to get into that. So the temperature outside is just rising a little bit from 16 degrees to 22 degrees right now, and still freezing. So as you can see, a lot of cars, they're driving on the other side of the road, but they're very slow. So the few precautions that I use while driving in these conditions, which is the very first precaution is don't drive in these conditions. If you can sit home or you can stay put on one place, then don't drive. And the second is, if you have to, then make sure that you drive slow, keep distance from the other vehicles, don't get too close. And also, when you trying to drive, don't drive fast, don't hit hot brakes, don't make sharp turns, don't do any sudden movements when you're driving. And when you're getting off the ramp, just make sure that you slow down way ahead of the ramp, because there's gonna be a lot of ice and you're gonna have a slippery condition over there. So you want to slow down as much you can without interrupting the other traffic. And if you see a lot of ice on the ramp or on the road, just step off from the gas. step off the gas, and then I think you can slide over it, like you can roll over it, and then you can hit the brake, the gas again. So as you can see, the road speed limit right now is 55, but in this weather I won't go over 35. So as you can see, the highway is closed and I am using the back roads. So when you're driving in winter condition, please make sure that you don't use the cruise control, and also don't use the engine brake. And whenever you hit the brake, make sure you look at the trailer tires. If your trailer is going out of the lane, then you have to hit the accelerator and give your trailer a little bit room to come behind the truck, and then you use the trailer brake. So your trailer need to stop first, and then you stop your truck. So by using the engine brake, you actually stop truck first, and your trailer is pushing you from the back, and that's gonna cause the jackknife. So I hope this information helped you guys. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.